Mike Owens here for Inside Fighting, joined today by Vicente Luque. We're in Manchester, England for Gregory Rodriguez. So Vicente, always a pleasure, my man. How are things with you today?
Hey, my pleasure, especially to meet you personally. And yeah, I mean, I'm having a good time here. It's a beautiful city, and helping my brother out is always good.
I know that you were obviously meant to fight next weekend, but it must feel like a blessing in disguise to be over here for Gregory's next fight.
Yeah, I mean, I was supposed to fight in Abu Dhabi, so I wasn't going to be able to corner Gregory. And it was kind of a mixed feeling, you know. I wanted to corner him so badly. And now, like, I'm not excited that my fight ended up being postponed, but still, I get to come here. I get to, you know, help out my brother that is always helping me for every single war I'm going to go to. So yeah, I do feel good to be here and to be, you know, supporting Gregory.
I spoke to Gregory last week and I said that it's almost like the three Brazilian musketeers down in Kilcliff. There's yourself, there's Gregory, and then there's obviously Gilbert, who's preparing for September 7th. How hard have you guys been training for all of your three conflicts?
Yeah, I mean, we're all the time together, inside training and outside as well. You know, we have this great brotherhood going on, and I don't know, it's just something that, you know, life and I always say God put us together. You know, we go to the same church, we spend a lot of time together outside of fighting, just really, you know, learning more and looking to strengthen each other, to, you know, have our families also hanging out together, so that we have that really, you know, connection much deeper than only the business that we do. It's about life. And that's why for me it's so special to be here. You know, we're working a lot with Gilbert as well, and earlier today Gilbert was calling, just checking in how we're doing, how Gregory's doing. And it just, you know, this is what's beautiful about MMA and about the sport, that it's much more than what people can see that night fighting. It's like there's no money they could put on the table that would make us do and go through what we go through. You know, it's so hard, it's so challenging, but these things, the brothers we get in this process, and the people we meet, and the good relationships we have, is what definitely moves us forward.
I have to ask about the fight next weekend, because we were all disappointed when we heard the news. I'm sure no one more than you.
That's true.
We've heard the word travelling issues. Do you know anything more, or are you just in the dark just as much as the rest of us?
I mean, I am in the dark. I have kind of, like, I don't know, things that I can imagine. Like, there's a long time Nick hasn't fought. And whenever it's close, like the last 2 weeks, we have the diet. Obviously, we were going to fight at 170. We have the training camp that is intense, all that. And he's been a long time out of there, you know, plus traveling all the way to Abu Dhabi. Big time difference. I mean, for me, it was going to be 8-hour difference. He's from California, so I think that's even more difference. So I don't know, in my mind, like, I don't really understand what the travel issue could be, because we don't need visas to go there. We don't need much, you know. So I don't know, maybe it was too much, you know, to go there and return now. But with that said, I hope that we get scheduled to fight in the US. That's what I'm looking for. Noche UFC, you know, that would be great to go at the Sphere, and have that fight over there. I have my Latin heritage, he has Mexican heritage, so I think that would make a lot of sense. And I want to fight, you know, he's a legend, and I'm ready. That's the thing, I'm ready to fight. I want to fight, I'm hungry.
How about this? How about UFC 304 main card starts, and John Anik says, we've had a special announcement similar to UFC 303 with Diego Lopez and Dan Ige. Vicente Luque and Nick Diaz, they're going to fight on 3 hours notice. Do you say yes?
I say yes for sure, man. If I don't have to, you know, go through that whole stress of the fight week and weight cut, I can just step in there and fight. I'm gonna do it against anybody, you know. Nick would be ideal, but hey, if you put somebody else on this Saturday, I'll step in there with a lot of joy and do what I do best.
The internet is theorising the reason why the fight's not happening is because Nick didn't know that marijuana is illegal in Abu Dhabi. Do you think that's correct?
I don't know, it might be. It might be, you know, that might be a possibility. I'm not sure. I mean, we know that he's a guy that, as always, you know, used, I don't know how you saw. I just call it pot or whatever.
Pot, okay. Yes. Weed, we say over here.
Yes, weed. Okay, weed. I know that he uses that. So, you know, there was all that with how he was banned in the past. Now it's not a big deal anymore, like in this sport. But obviously, that's a country that doesn't take that lightly, and maybe, you know, maybe he didn't know about that, and I don't know how it is for him to be a week off of it, and I don't know, maybe that's the reason. It does make sense now that you talk about it. I think, yeah, it might be, that might be it. But as I said, hopefully, like, I am open to rescheduling, you know, this month, next month, you know, whenever they want to. I let Ali know, I let the UFC know, I'm ready. Let me know when it is time, and I'll step in there.
So in your mind, you wait until the UFC come to you with an alternate date. You want the Nick Diaz fight still?
I mean, I definitely want that fight. You know, I think it's a big fight. I'm not gonna wait 6 months for the fight, so I'm here, and I think that they are gonna reschedule this soon. That's what I'm hoping for. But I want to keep myself active as well. So it's not like that's not the only fight I would do. I would have other fights, but right now I think that it's a fight the UFC wants. I think Nick wants to come back and fight, and for me, it's like, hey, we have so many. September is full of cards. Why not? You know, let's go out there and have this fight. But I don't know, if he wants to wait for 6 months, then maybe I'll have to have a fight in between, and then after that I fight him.
I love it.